There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
Good evening, everyone. Saturday, and they say, injuries. So lightning never strikes twice, but in Manchester United's ways, it is striking twice. Barring that City just qualified over, Chelsea, there might be a twice final against City if we get over the hurdle tomorrow, 100%. But there's an obstacle there. Number one, lightning struck yesterday, Friday, with the breaking news announcement of Jason Wilcox as the technical director. That's typical Manchester United for you on a Friday evening, announcing, what they did with Sir Jim Ratcliffe also on Christmas Eve. And today comes out from brilliant Fabrizio Romano to say that Manchester United has picked up more injuries. I mean, I don't know if I should laugh or cry or, be hopeful. But in this show today, it's all about Mental United Together. So this show is all about you. It's a call-in show. I will have my regular panel coming in, but I will also paste the link because I want to hear some fresh voices, because Manchester United is global and so is this community. And please, if you have something to say, come in, let us know. I mean, the freshest report, Mason Mount, oh my God, injured. He just came back. Willy Kamwbala, the youngster, injured, sidelined for a couple of weeks, according to Fabrizio Romano as well. And also Sofian Amrabat, which is the midfield. So that is crisis, but also opens up opportunities for the academy. 100%. We have Habib, the youngster from the academy. I can't really pronounce his name, his surname. I'm not going to slaughter him. But he's apparently been picked. If you have an option with Casemiro to go in the back line, well, then you have two oil tankers that are slow, but Casemiro can at least defend. So instantly you will have opening in the midfield. Well, that means that Scott McTominay, that hasn't trained, he trained yesterday, he's been injured, twisting a knee, will walk straight into the team. That means that we are weakened straight away. And will it mean that Rashford would start on top as well, like, to the left wing? Ten Hag, you got to fix it. But let's be mental united and let's figure this out. What would you do if you were Ten Hag in this instant? What would you do? Who would you pick? Who would be your center-back pairing? Would you go on a back three? I just created a poll, so please go in on that poll as well. I can see right now 40% says Casemiro, and I can see that a lot of you are preferring, let's say, play three in the back is 40%, Casemiro 40%, and play Habib Ogoyune. Yeah, that's his name, Ogoyune, 20% already, right? This is a youngster from the academy, so FA Cup is all about academy players. Yeah, but still, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling as Manchester United fans? Let us know in the comments where you're from, how you're feeling, and we shall kick on the show. Lucky Singh, as always, first in here. It used to be, Lillis United, but today Lucky is first because he's lucky. Amrabat, Diallo, McTominay fit. Well, Amad Diallo and McTominay, they are fit. We did the manager's press conference, I think it was Friday or was it Thursday? I can't really remember. The days move so fast. And he said, Ten Hag, he said that McTominay, He's back in training. He on the day of his press recording, McTominay was training, but still might be too early to bring him in. You don't know, man. Casemiro fit? Yeah, Casemiro's fit. And there was even rumors and speculations that, we're going to start him as a center back. But I think that, I don't know, Eriksen is 100% fit. So Eriksen deserves minutes. And we are playing a championship team we should not underestimate if we are serious or, going through. Eriksen, should be starting. But you also have Shea Lacey, Ethan Wheatley. You have if you're going to play three in the back, you might go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the back line as well as a centre back. And you might play three in the back, and you might start Harry Amos as well. These are endless of opportunity. So good evening to you as well, Sanjay Ramatur. How are you doing? How was the Flying Pig United's watch along? I saw you there, Sanjay. And I was also in there. I haven't been on Flying Pigs for ages. So I just popped in to say hello anyway. So guys, smash that like button, please. Subscribe if you haven't, if you're new. This is the Mental United show. We haven't done one for ages, and it's all about mental health. And at the end of the day, it's not easy to be a Manchester United fan this season with all this, what's been going on with injuries. We have a combination of 60 plus injuries this season. Can you imagine? That is a record. Dr. Death is operating from the background, or is it, what is it? It's an internal matter. How can number 7, Mason Mount, coming back from sideline for 4 or 5 months, come back, play a couple of minutes off the bench and be injured again? Is it recurring? I don't know, but something fishy is going on there, and we need to shut it down 100%. Glazers out, 100%. Yeah, you can call Glazers out because they are the ones that are not investing in the training facility in Carrington. The equipment there is just 10 years out of date. The training ground is perfect, but the old medical staff is you pay peanuts, you get monkeys, right? It's you went to sort of do a job advertisement looking for a head of physio, instead of you get a dental therapist or something like that. Jokes aside, anyway. Rajat, big up to you. Jarvis, Mick, yeah, Jarvis coming in as well. He's just ordered a pizza. It's Saturday. He's been doing his last ski slope, I believe, because we're heading end of April, so we're heading on towards springtime. And in Norway, you still have, where he lives in the northern parts, you still have snow. It's glaciers or something, so he went on the ski slope. So he just ordered a pizza. He will popping in as well. Anyway, guys, pop in anytime. I will chat with you. Just popping in to shop back in a bit. Yeah, no worries, Steph. Everyone pop back in anytime you want. 7 likes, 10 likes. Danny B, big up crew. Danny, how you doing, man? All right, are you feeling confident about tomorrow? Did you guys watch the Chelsea City game? I mean, one thing we can speak about that game is definitely, I thought Chelsea dominated that game. City was knackered. You could tell that City was absolutely out of steam the way they were playing, right? But the only thing is, with the young team like Chelsea, they had Jackson. If arguably to say, if Rasmus Højlund had those opportunities that Jackson was given, he would at least bury 1 or 2. But Jackson is still a baby. He loves to play, good, fast, but just couldn't, finish the dinner. The header, that was just like a fizzle header, right? I don't know. And I tweeted this out as well to say, look, at the end of the day, I know the playbook. 85th minute, City will score a goal. And what happened? I think it was 85th or 86th minute. It happened. They had one chance, one opportunity, and they scored. And they are now through to the FA Cup final. And the tears of joy afterward, you saw how much it mean for Pep Guardiola. They can now just only win a double. But he was so happy and frenetic. And, I don't know, I saw his interview post-match afterwards, and he said, I don't know how this guy could do it, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, you should shut up. You look at us, we have 60 injuries. What did you have? 0 almost, right, man? So, man, you have no excuses. But if we qualify tomorrow, we have revenge. I mean, would you rather meet Chelsea or City? I'd rather take a City, to be honest, in revenge, because the boys need to be up for it. And this 5th of May, long time to go. We might have some players back by then as well. So revenge is there. Sweet revenge, baby. You remember the 5th minute last season? Nah. That's gonna that's going to be a repeat. But footballing gods do exist, people. So I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not going to jinx it. But damn, it's Coventry, right? They are sitting 7th or 8th in championship. So, we should be able to beat them, even with the academies. Like, so anyway, Low Bow 23, that former Arsenal doctor needs some investigation. Man, Dr. Death. That I gave him the nickname Dr. Death. Steph, see you soon. Big up, big up. Dr. Death is among doing his thing. Yeah, it is. I mean, what is going on? I can't believe it. Like, or is it the Paul Pop guy, curse? We are cursed people. This season is a one big giant curse. Somebody did a juju on us, like, Anyway, ask me anything. I want to know what you are thinking, because Ashid is coming in to say Casemiro for centre back. The poll currently, Ashid, is Casemiro sitting on 38%. And equally with Habib, the youngster from the academy, is 31% and play 3 in the back and 5 in the midfield. The reason why I said 3 in the back is because we need to sort of solidify that midfield. Oh, now the poll is going up to, it's getting closer. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Bruno is centre back. Wow. Bruno is centre back? Man, are we going back to the Liverpool, like, the last minute when we won the 4-3, like, we throw in the kitchen sink, right? We play Bruno center back, Anthony as a left back and Harry Maguire on the top. Wow. It worked. It definitely worked. Noah, how you doing? Noah, you will come in and have your say, I guess, as well later on, right? If I paste the link, let me know. You're always welcome. I haven't seen you for a while, Noah. So big up to you. Yeah, that was a handball. Yeah, definitely it was a handball. If City got lucky, I can see what you're saying. There was definitely a handball by Jack Grealish, don't you think? Like, and there was a free kick and he hit. I think it was Jack Grealish's hand, definitely. So City got lucky there. They did. 3 in the back. What you saying, Lobo? That's reinforcement. The non-existent midfield. Well, that's exactly what I was saying. The non-existent midfield need to be existent. So a fear of the return of the Mac. The return of the Mac. You know what I mean? Scotty Mac. Simon Davis, what you're saying here, is this channel only for United fans, or do you accept fans that are not non-binary? It's open, Simon, anytime. It's open for anyone that loves football. But predominantly, of course, we are colored by Manchester United, Patriot Red. But of course, Simon, anyone can come in and have a say, right? At the end of the day, it's FA Cup, historical FA Cup, which they are talking about to scrap the rematches. And what you think about that, right? Scrap rematches based on that they're going to increase more Champions League games next season. And you can argue to the point it's good because that means less injuries. But then on the other hand, financially for the smaller clubs, this means less revenue. So it's a sort of a double-edged sword. Wait, what you are saying here, like, get finessed, like, get a little bit of creative, people. I want to see more creativity here. Get your creative juices going. Smash that like button, please, as well. Wait, Dalot or Aaron Wan-Bissaka as center back. I'd rather have AVB. I'd rather have spider legs there, because Dalot, it is too much of a offensive mistake not to have him as a left back, as a fullback, because he at least goes forward and provides overlapping and crosses. Well, Wan-Bissaka is very good on 1v1 defending. So I'd rather stick Aaron Wan-Bissaka there. And that's why I said, like, give an option with play 3 in the back. And that is known popular right now because the poll is going up. Oh my God. Habib is leading with 47% all of a sudden. Oh, it's going like this. It's like voting for Donald Trump or Joe Biden here all of a sudden. Casemiro on 32%, Habib on 47%, man. And play 3 in the back. Ruby special is only favoring 21%. So you guys are agreeing, Habib? Yeah. I think Habib, give Habib a chance, like Habibi. Give Habibi a chance, right? Sanjay, what you saying, Sanj? It was really funny as well with the Flying Pig. Yeah, man. Listen, I missed being on the Flying Pig, right? We did a show with Flying Pig Joe, but ever since I moved, different time differences, I haven't been able to catch him. And when I do, and this is typical when I did not do streaming, and I'm gonna message Joe anyway. Like, and we got to do something together very soon, 100%. But he stopped doing, he started doing more of his gaming content than United stuff. But it's good. Flying Pig, guys, go check it out. Legend. Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer as well. Jokes aside, don't give me an uppercut for saying that, my friend. How can we have so many injuries, or have players just had enough of Ten Hag? Oh, this, if you crack this question, anyone that cracked this question, you become a millionaire. But unfortunately, I don't have a million, so I can give it away. But guys, get involved, get creative. Can we get the answer for Mohammed's question here? What would you do? Like, I don't think it's Ten Hag's fault. I think it's a combination of unprecedented season when you played, a World Cup in the middle of the winter, adding on extra games when you came back last season as well. You were playing 3 games a week. Remember, the United was in all competitions as well, and that injuries takes its toll, right? You need to have rest recovery. Then you can also look at players individual. How do you take care of yourself? Do you rest enough? Do you eat well? Do you recover well? Because you are paid to go to training, right? In training, of course, they do high intensity interval trainings, physio, ball technique. One session they might just do practice with the ball, and one session they just do intensity, like an interval training for conditioning. So it can be a combination of everything. But now it is a little bit suspicious, especially like when we are out of Europe. We're only playing 1 game a week, right? In Champions League is out 100%. Oh, there's big thunderstorms, guys. We have big monsoon coming in here. So my point is, you're only playing like one game a week. So why do we have these injuries? And then where's the $1 million question? Is it the medical department? We remember doing this interview with Ten Hag, and he was asked a question. He said, we're dealing with this internally, or so there's something going on internally, 100%. Let's see what you more saying in. I'm just going to go to the chat here. Lutata, Luman, Glazers trusted the British stuff, but we're let down. A lot of things. Be creative. Are we going to talk about transfers today? You decide. You want to talk about transfers? You can talk about anything today. Q&As, right? Transfers. This show is all about Mental United, guys. We're back. Mental United. We used to do that. We haven't done one for ages, but since we got hit with this curveball today, I was like, oh God, now we're freaking out. Just be cool and composed. Be the voice of reason. Come in here, talk to you guys, and let's do this, guys. Carlos is here. Big up, Carlos. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Good to see you getting involved. Injuries FC, here we are. So Simon Davis, again, responding what you're saying here. You got more excuses than NASA. Manage your team correctly, and you can cut down on injuries. Listen, what would you do if you were Ten Hag or the staff? I know what I would do, but I want to hear from you what you would do. If you were Ten Hag for a day, what would you do? Big question. Maybe I should start a poll on that one. Later on, I will do. I definitely would, fast track the youth up a little bit more. But what do you have to lose? Europa League, you can win through FA Cup final, right? Champions League is gone because 5th doesn't give you Champions League anymore. Apparently, 4th is gone, right? So what you have to lose? 7 games left to play in the Prem. Going deep into FA Cup. Just throw the sink in, kitchen sink in. Gamble a little bit. I want to see Ten Hag gamble. If I were Ten Hag, I would be a gambler. But I'm not a gambling man. But my father used to say to me, my old man, if you don't, the one that doesn't risk, don't drink champagne. That's in Serbian translation, because my dad is Serbian. He said basically, if you don't drink champagne, if you don't take risk, you don't get to drink champagne. And he's bloody right, Anyway, Jamie Venn, big up to see you as well. Dark Crow, who is blaming the British? Nobody's blaming the British. It's you guys getting lively in the chat. Rotation has to come a bit. Yeah, rotation has to come to bit us in the ass. 100%. Ashid, what you saying, my friend? Get top class medical stuff. Yeah, man. Seriously. Listen, at the end of the day, you have to agree. And now I'm going to put the angry mini-me out because this is what it's been. Diet. Welcome to the therapy session. We have a first call. Oh, shit. Did you hear that one?
Oh, what was that? Big up, everybody.
Some thunderstorm. Big up, Mark Nurse. Welcome to the therapy session. I'm Dr. Death. How can I help you? What injuries do you have?
Well, you know what? It's chaos coming in because, you know, I just realized, you know, I was reading the article early on and I'm like, we got more injuries again. It's diabolical, man. Can't we even have at least the majority of the defense available, at least to close the season off? You know what I mean? It's like we can't even catch a break, bro.
Man, have you seen Angry Birds? Have you played Angry Birds?
A little bit. I saw a little bit of the movie. It was pretty funny. You know what I mean?
I started to sound like Angry Birds. I'm just going like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's a sad day for, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know, we could question and say maybe it's the training, but then you could also think maybe, you know, like injuries kind of beget injuries. You know what I mean? When you look at the situation with players who are playing more games week in, week out to compensate for players who are injured in those positions, and then they come and get injured themselves, you know, from being overplayed. So it's like Diego Dalot, his form has dropped off a cliff in the last 2-3 games. And, you know, it's mostly because he's probably knackered playing week in, week out, left side, right side. You know, he's been one of the best defenders in the team, the most consistent player, I would say, in the team this season. And, you know, it's starting to fall off him. Like Wan-Bissaka needs to come in and do his job. You know, I feel like we need to look at the youth. Like I saw you have Ogunayi in the chat there, but there's other youngsters in defense. Ogunayi is more of a right-sided right back, to be fair. There's Jack Kingdon, you know, who's a center back. He's the captain of the under-18s. He played with the under-21s as well. I think he should be, I think he should be the one given the chance. He's 6'1", just as physical as KWAMBALA. Big guy, you know what I mean? I also read about, you know, some news that they might be thinking about putting in Harry Amas at the left back and see how he does for the first 45 minutes. You know,
I said that gives us options. I said play 3 in the back.
I mean, the 3 on the back is going to be difficult. That means you're going to put Harry Amas, Harry Maguire in the middle, you know, and then probably Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's going to be really difficult. But it's worth a shot, man, because, you know, you could give Dalot a rest in the first half to rest and maybe come on and play the second half back 4.
So basically, if you're Ten Hag for one day, this is what you would have done.
But if I was Ten Hag, I would bring, I would.
You were given the keys to the kingdom, like, you know, Mark. Here's the keys. Be Ten Hag.
Yeah, I would definitely probably bring in a young defender. I mean, it's the FA Cup. You know, he's going to have Maguire next to him, Onana behind him, Wan-Bissaka on his right, you know what I mean? Or probably Dalot on his left if he's playing on the left side. I think that's an opportunity for him to do well. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to get guidance throughout the game. You know, you play 5 men in midfield if you have to. Play 2 wingers and a false 9, something like that. You know, drop Højlund in a false 9. You put Bruno out on the wing.
Højlund is a false 9.
Yeah, you put Højlund as a false 9. You put Anthony on the right, Bruno in midfield with Mason Mount, and you know what I mean. Casemiro, Kobe. You have 4 men in midfield, 2 men up front.
Bro,
do something like that.
Listen, we have a you know, screw the media, screw the British media that's throwing the names in a. They forgot to throw in Mark Nurse as a potential Ten Hag replacement. Big up Mark Nurse. You know what? there is an old song, because I relate everything to music. Like I'm crazy. I love music. I used to compose a lot, right? And there is a song, a punk rock song that goes, "You shit me to tears, for fuck's sake." And this
sounds like a Blink 182 jam, to be honest.
Yeah. You know, you shit me to tears. Give me a break, for fuck's sake. And this is exactly what I want to play now. Give me a break, for fuck's sake. This is what I want to do right now.
100%, Mick. 100%. It's like, I mean, as much as Ten Hag has made mistakes this season, like we haven't had a squad that was really able to like compensate for the amount of injuries we have. And it's the injuries. It's not just the injuries we had, it's where we got the injuries. If you look at it, we didn't really have more than three players from the back four available for majority of the season. That's a big problem, especially when, you know, like a lot of people would say, bring in the youth. I would love to do that. And I would say, and I would also champion bringing in some of the youth, you know.
I've got to ask another 10 candidates, right? I did paste the link here for people to call in, but we have a very 10 special here. 10. And his name is Ten Jarvis. Ten Jarvis, welcome.
Big up, Jarvis.
Ten Jarvis.
I think I would rather be Jarvis' assistant. You know what I mean? Let Jarvis be head coach.
All right. Yeah. If you were Ten Hag for this foreseeable 24 hours, what would you have done if you had keys to the kingdom?
Well, it depends, you know. If you give me full freedom, I think I would try
full freedom.
I would go for another other formation. I think it doesn't suit us well how we play at the moment, the 4-3-3. I would definitely go with Bruno back into the 10, higher up the pitch, like almost a second striker, because I think we can utilize him at the best is in that position. I would flood the midfield. I will try to play the square box, the box. And well, we don't have centre backs at the moment, so I would probably go with Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, and Maguire. You know, 3 in the back, 5 midfield, 2 up front with Bruno. I think that would be.
Finally, Jarvis. I think you and me. We're starting to be like Simon's twins in thinking in terms of football, because I created a poll actually before you jumped in and said Pragmatisch. Yeah,
that's what.
So that is what you would do, right? So fantastic. Listen, can I put?
I haven't thought about it, but something like that. But don't arrest me, you know, because I haven't thought it through.
It's a chill one.
That's not bad. I was going for something quite similar, maybe a 4-4-2 something. You know, that's what I was talking about just now. So like a back three for me. I'm not mad at it, because at this point we don't really have much availability to force the issue.
Yeah. Listen, I have some more people there lining up because everyone wants to have a say. I think Noah was here first. Big up, Noah. I haven't seen this beautiful 10 Noah. Listen, 10 Noah. Jesus, how do I add 10 Noah to the stage? Something is wrong with the layout, but here he comes. There's Noah. Big up,
What's
Noah.
Up, Noah?
Hey guys, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Listen, I will ask you the same question. I keep the same energy, right? If you got the freedom, like, you know, to be Ten Hag, full Monty for 24 hours, what would you do? Do you agree what Jarvis is saying? Do you agree what Mark is saying? Would you do totally different?
Listen, in my opinion, for me, listen, I say this. You know, we talk on our chats. Listen, this season, we haven't been proving our lack of the qualities, our lack of mentality, the performance. Where are we going to improve this? The lack of our injuries. Listen, I'm still gonna blame Ten Hag. I'm sorry, he should have done better job with communicating with the medical staff. He should have been communicating with the players, but he does not know how to play his own way of style. I don't understand why we brought him in the first place. But for me, as I'm concerning for tomorrow's game, if we don't beat against Coventry City, he needs to leave. He needs to get sacked. For me, I'm sorry, you cannot accept 7th place on the Premier League so you can finish on the Conference League. I'm sorry. That's not unacceptable. Okay.
So you saying that if you lose tomorrow, he's khalas. He's finished.
Yeah, he's over. Yeah,
Kaput.
but he needs. But the only way if he fixes this situation, he needs to bring those communicating with Russell Holland. He doesn't have a service.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
that's like
Okay.
Holland.
Okay, park that energy, guys, and I want to hear from you guys in the VR room in the chat. Do you agree what Noah is saying? I'm going to ask Jarvis and I'm going to ask Mark. If he doesn't win tomorrow, if we lose tomorrow, do you think that that is the final straw of the camel's back?
Yeah, nah. He will. He won't be sacked this season. He will stay at the end of the season, and I think he will stay just another year either way. And it's a project, and if it's footballing people making the decision, they will understand a lot of the things going behind the scenes with all the injuries, things that have affected the team with the transfer, with the takeover, and a lot of the things. And I would say Ten Hag wasn't properly back this summer. There was so much mess. All the transfers came in late, and
Yeah.
I don't think he got his first, second, or third choices. I think it was more like sixth or seventh choices in the positions he wanted, maybe except from Onana.
Yeah.
To be honest. So I think there's a lot of things in Ten Hag's favor for maybe he can do better. And the thing is, I have seen a little bit of Ten Hag's Ajax, and I've seen a little bit of Ten Hag's United.
Yeah.
And I can't wrap my mind around why he would do things different. He has something that works in Ajax. Why would he do something different? And there's a lot of things that makes things different. We don't have any left-footed players in defense. So every time we pass, it goes with the right foot. So we are very left-sided when we attack. We don't have playmakers on the wings.
Yeah.
We have Anthony. We don't have a Dusan Tadic type of winger. And I think the positive is that I've seen Bruno starting to understand his role in the 3-1-6 a little bit. The 2-3 last games, he's been better. He's been more disciplined, and I think he's coming there. So we just need a regista in a way.
Yeah. A regista, I agree. We have people lining up here in the back green. It feels like Eurovision Song Contest, but I'm gonna read this comment. Big up. Listen, Fall Throw Podcast. You also asked last time if you can call in. The link is in the description here. I will paste it in again. Can somebody read while I'm pasting it in the chat?
Mark.
So I want you guys to come in, have your say as well, even if you don't support United or different opinions, because this is all about you, Mental United. So rumors Erik ten Hag and INURIES are planning on paid resignation less than a sacking. Well, that's pretty much the same. Like, even if it's pretty much pay off, right? To say, but I don't believe so. At the end of the day, personally, as a fan, let me say, if we don't qualify tomorrow and if we lose against Coventry, remember this is FA Cup, anything can happen, right? Underdog story, stuff like that. But depends on how you line up and how you solve it, because this will be the big testament. If you can't solve this puzzle, for me, that is the camel's straw, right? There has to be. Because you're blowing an opportunity to go to the finals and potentially win against City, have a revenge against City, and qualify to Europa League instead of finishing 7th and getting to Conference League. Who wants to play in bloody Conference League, right? That's my thought process, by the way. Mark, are you agreeing or disagreeing?
Well, for me, it's one of those things where I'm neither for nor neither against. It's a rebuild season. I've always said that. True, last season he didn't implement his style of play, but I would say that he went away from that because he realized pretty soon that the players available weren't able to play that style of play. So he just played a system that complemented their best interests. You know what I mean? A kind of counter-attacking transitional style is what we played last season. But the biggest important part of that was the back four we had. It was very consistent and stable. It provided a platform for us to go forward and build with. As you know, last season, defense was the biggest thing in our season. So the fact that we didn't have the majority of those players available for no consecutive period of time in this season shows that we were lacking something. And like, yeah, we had better performances in attack last season in some instances with Weghorst and having Sabitzer, but they were loans and they're not here this season to provide the same assistance and supplemental, provision that or complementary that they had last season. So we don't have players like that in the squad right now. Yeah. And a lot of the players in the squad right now, they're either not able to adapt to the system or they don't really fit the system. But so it's one of those things for me where, like, even if he doesn't win the game tomorrow, I feel like he should be allowed to make some mistakes because he's implementing a new season with players who not really fitting that system. So we really had to rebuild the squad in any way. It wasn't going to be in one season. It was always going to take a few years, in my opinion.
Fair play. We have balanced approaches per usual. And welcome, I think it's Shabazz, isn't it?
It is. Thank you.
First time I hear you. Welcome to the show, my friend. Shabazz, how are you doing? Are you agreeing with the people are saying here, or do you have a different point of view?
I absolutely agree with what Mark just said. You can't make decisions about your manager based on a single game or even a single season, to be honest. If you have to look at underlying issues at the club, which is like, this is an anomaly. This season is not normal with all the injuries, and especially these injuries are in defense. You can't really build the team up if you don't have a back four. That's like football basics, right? Everybody knows that. But for some reason, our fans just overlook it. Like, look at Liverpool last season. Why did they have such a horrendous season? Because all their injuries were in defense. They've had injuries this year as well, but those injuries have been in midfield or in attack, not so a lot in their back four. They've pretty much had a pretty consistent. They haven't had to make as many changes as Ten Hag has throughout the season. And if that happens, you can't really expect us to be consistent. They can put it because I don't think they've ever shown that they've given up on this manager. They believe in his philosophy. They go for it. But the thing is, if you don't have the same players training on a consistent basis, especially like Casemiro came back from a bad injury, and then you expected 30-year-old to go up to game fitness in like just a couple of games. That doesn't really happen, or whatever his age is, 31. But the thing is, it's like he will come. Like last, it's not like you have such a huge drop off if there's not, because that injury just like it happened like a couple of times in the season where he came in for a couple of games and then he got injured and whatnot.
Yeah, big up. There's big points from you there, man. Like, seriously. I'm just gonna grill you a little bit more. But while I got you here, Jarvis is in the background, enjoying his pizza, by the way. So big up. Whatever you're having, drinking, pin back your ears. Cheers. We're playing, Wembley tomorrow. So a little bit of a positive vibes. Give us a retweet, by the way. Let people know that we are live. Give us a retweet. The more, the merrier. 100%. But I got to keep the same energy to you as well, like, Shabazz. So, Shabazz, if you got keys to the kingdom to be Ten Hag for 24 hours, what would you do tomorrow?
I would ban all the journals again, all of them. I wouldn't let anybody near my club. It's like, you don't deserve it, because they just put up nonsense every single week. And I don't know, some of the fan channels, they just go with it. They'd go like, oh, this source not really reliable, but okay, he's had a bust up with Anthony. What? He just explained in his presser yesterday that he didn't train. What now?
All right.
What about that story? It's just like,
true. I love that point, man. I really banned the whole lot.
The
gravy train.
Maybe the athletic people can stay. They're okay sometimes.
I mean,
Laurie
Whitwell.
Laurie and Andy Mitten. I think they're the two best United journalists if you want to look for good news. Because Mitten knows everything about the club.
Mitten purrs like a kitten, 100%. Me and Mark were covering it yesterday, and Mark, you remember this questions to opening Simon Stoney. You got two questions. You blew it.
They just want to waste the questions, and I feel like United fans need to like ease off of Ten Hag a little bit in terms of his translation. I mean, if it was like a lot of fans, I know probably Noah as well, you know, is a huge fan of Zidane. He doesn't speak a lick of English. You know what I mean? So in my honest opinion, Mick, you're alive, bro.
Yo, big up, guys.
So he doesn't speak a lick of English. So in my honest opinion, if we got Zidane, it would be even worse, because unless you speak French as a fan, you would never understand anything he says in the press conference, other than if he has a translator. So you would have to depend on what the translator is saying is actually what Zidane is saying. I'm just
no. Listen, at the end of the day, the final question was from Neil Costis regarding Sancho. Come on, 2 questions regarding Sancho. We have some more people calling in debutants. I don't know, where should I go? I don't have a wheel of fortune, but guys,
since Mick was here, let's see what Mick has to say, and then we could go to Mick. Belfast Man United therapy.
Yo,
big up,
Mick. Guys, big up everyone.
How you doing, man? Talk to us. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Some people are feeling nervous for this tie. I'm not. I think we'll definitely go through. There's no way we should lose this game, because I don't care how many injuries we have. If we have to play our second goalkeeper in our defense, it doesn't matter. We should win this game.
No excuses for you, Mick, then.
No excuses.
And so who would you line up, Mick? If you were Ten Hag for 24 hours, what would you do? Who would you line up then?
It depends. Who do we have available? Because I don't know who's available right now. I'm hearing that Mount's injured and Kamwbala as well. So
yeah, he is. You know, and we don't even have Amrabat, my friend, as well. So yeah. There's just like the poll at the moment, guys. Like I posted a poll, injury crisis, who would you start next to Harry Maguire? Because Harry Maguire is the only centre-back that is fit. And the option was Casemiro, Habib, Ogoyene, and play 3 in the back. And currently Casemiro is leading on 40%, guys. That means that if you play Casemiro at the back, we are slow. But that means that it's opening for the midfield for the youngsters to come in. So big up. Anyway, we are flooded. There's a lot of people in the background that I need to give a speech to. Mitch, listen, final question, man. Do you believe that we can get this over the line tomorrow, Mick?
Yeah, we definitely can. I think we're gonna like scumbag it like a 2-1 or something like that. It's not gonna be an easy game. We're gonna do what United always do. We're gonna make it hard for ourselves, but we're gonna win somehow.
Fair play, man. Fair play. Listen, I gotta ease us on Steve. So Mick, thanks for if I place you in the background, is that okay? Because you know we're getting too overcrowded and there's people like lining up here in the background. Jarvis is there controlling as well.
Sure,
Mick, I'll put you a little bit in the background, and I'm gonna go to Belfast Man United therapy, man. Big up, man. Debut. I've been talking to you offside as well. Jared, how are you doing, my friend? You're on mute, I think. Are you? Can we hear you? Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear? Hello.
Belfast, bro, you need to come off mute, bro.
Yeah, he's unmuted, but there's something wrong with his microphone.
Oh, hello.
Big up, bro.
Yay!
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yay. There you are. How's it going, Belfast, baby?
Yeah. Well, I just come back in again or something there. Can you hear me?
Go ahead and speak, bro. Like we're here. You could just answer the questions that you hear was posed. What would you do? What would you do if you got the keys to the kingdom? And what do you think about the game tomorrow?
Wait a minute. Can you hear us?
It just kind of keeps sticking,
Oh,
okay.
he has a bit of a
come
delay.
back in then. You have
come back
link,
in.
Right?
Go in and come back in.
Yeah, I can hear a few of you. If I was
all right.
Hello. I can.
Yeah,
I can
just come back in, man. Just come back in.
If I was Ten Hag, I just 2 seconds.
You got a laggy internet, so just check your internet. Come back in. You have the link, right? Yeah.
It's all good, bro. Let's refresh and come back.
Come back in. Oh God. Sorry about that. Shit happens. Hey, Field FTP, how you doing, mate?
I'm good. How are you, Jeds?
Oh, good to see you, my friend. Debutant on this channel, calling in.
It is, yeah. I've been watching it because obviously I know Jarvis. I've been watching it quite a lot.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah, it's quite entertaining.
Jarvis in the background, smiling at you.
Yeah. I can see that he's put even. Keys to the castle. What would you do?
Yeah, keys to the kingdom. Jarvis just said hello. He threw an uppercut and disappeared.
The only
Derbies,
thing,
you
the
know,
only thing I
bastard.
would question is we've seen some of these players this season not perform. It's been very, what's the word I'm looking for? Predictable from Ten Hag and from the players. So why has Ten Hag not dropped these players when they've been so predictable? We talk about not having certain players, or Casemiro is not playing fantastic, but he's had Amrabat and he hasn't dropped him. He's kept playing him.
But Amrabat is injured now.
He's injured now, yeah, but he wasn't at the weekend. And Casemiro has not been fantastic. He's got himself in a corner at the minute because of the injuries, and I do feel sorry for him in a sense that it's unprecedented. We've seen nothing like it before, ever, really. Was it 64 injuries this season? We've had something like 33 different partnerships at centre-back.
60 over. Yeah,
Varane is now on the injury list, which is not good.
Mental.
Maguire's the only fit one. So I understand it's really difficult for him. But unfortunately, with Man United, we can't not beat Coventry tomorrow. We have to beat them. There's no excuses for him if it doesn't work. You can see the brand of football he's trying to play. He played the same at Ajax. It's very high risk, high reward. I would argue, and I've said this since the start of pre-season, some of the second team and the younger lads can play this football, and some of our older, better professionals in terms of quality can't. So, I mean, I love Fernandes, but if Ten Hag wants Fernandes sold in the summer, I think we're at a point where we have to back Ten Hag. We have to. If Ten Hag says, these are the players I want gone, whether that's Rashford, Fernandes, Luke Shaw, you have to back him if you're going to back him. You can't half back him like we have with other managers. You've got to fully back him. And if that means maybe getting rid of some of these players that we would never want to get rid of. Like, I would never want to get rid of Fernandes. But if that's what Ten Hag wants, you've got to give it him if you're going to back him.
It's like Ralph Ragnick said, like, you know, it's like a little bit of pressing. It's like a little bit of a pregnant. Like, you know, you got to go all in, right? True.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, Fernandes is probably one of the only ones that goes all out for the pressing. We don't defend from the front. We don't protect the midfield. We don't protect the defense. It's a team of individuals at the minute. So if I was Ten Hag for 24 hours, I think some of these longer serving players wouldn't be playing for Man United anymore. Not Fernandes. I would keep Fernandes, but some of them would have to go. We have big chats about Varane.
Yeah,
I like Varane as
build a midfield around the youngster, the Kobe Mainus and you know the Shea Laces and all them, right? You should do that, like, because we are on a generational makeshift. Fernandes, you need still as a leader. Fernandes is the captain, right? So, and I can argue to the point that you know, Bruno Fernandes is not a midfielder. Bruno Fernandes is a chance creator. Like he's the final piece in the final third. He's always the chance creator. Once Bruno Fernandes receives the ball, he knows what to do. He's 2 steps ahead, right? Sometimes it pays off, and when it pays off, like, you know, it's beautiful, right? And when it doesn't, we lose the ball and we blame it on Bruno. But anyway, if you look at his stats, like, you know, obviously him and De Bruyne, pretty much similar style of characters in play. Anyway, so yeah, all for United, mate. I've been on your channel, haven't I?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
A year ago.
I do it weekly with Barry and
with Barry,
quite a few people. Jarvis has been on too.
Yeah, of course.
It
was a year ago.
I see a comment here in the comment section. Someone's put about, even if we beat Coventry, we would get thrashed by City in the final. There's a level of acceptance to, if we lost to City in the final, fair enough. But if you go out to Coventry City of the Championship in the semi-final, when you can set up a Manchester Derby final, it's a little bit different to losing to City in the final, if that makes sense.
Boys,
we should be making that final.
Boys, if we get knocked out tomorrow,
it's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about getting knocked out tomorrow. I mean, yeah, Coventry City has been good in the FA Cup, but they haven't been so good in the last few weeks in terms of their own performance. I'm pretty sure, like, you know, we are not the only club suffering with injuries, with woes, with bad form. Look at Arsenal. Look at all these other teams midweek. Look at City. You know what I mean? But think about it like this. We are Manchester United, so we have a certain standard of quality on the field. Even if they don't perform and they come out, like, it have some games, they will come out. Some players, even if they only up for it for 15, 20 minutes. And that 15, 20 minutes, what you could get from Rashford. As much as we might dislike him, as much as I might be critical of him, In 15 minutes, if he on it, the first 15 minutes, I guarantee you we go up at least 2 goals. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the same with Bruno, right? So let's not underestimate our team. We might have some poor performances, but genuinely, if you look at where some of the poor performances came, it's not every single player in the squad week in, week out. It's 1 or 2 players this week, it's 1 or 2 players next week. You know what I mean? Injury here, injury there. So, like at the end of the day, we all expect the manager to do a lot better with what he has available to him. But at the same time, you can't really predict this player going to get injured, this player going to have a bad day. It's just one of those things sometimes.
It's one of those things. I gotta add back. Oh, he disappeared. Oh, Jared was here.
Let's bring Vegeta in, and when he comes back,
Vegeta.
We could reshuffle again, and let's hear what Vegeta has to say.
Vegeta, how you doing? But guys, I have
good evening, guys.
Good evening, Vegeta. How are you doing?
No, I'm doing much better, guys. Bit under the weather, so I didn't get to stream. So it's great to be back on YouTube again.
Good stuff. Listen, I have one expectation, and just win. That's all I want to win.
Yes.
I don't care how you play tomorrow. Just win. 1-0, 2-0.
Damn. I don't give a damn. Even if we steal it, losing tomorrow is not an option. It's unacceptable. I hear all the mitigating statements and whatever, but if we lose to Coventry after what we've said about their team and after what we've said about our team, he has to walk the plank. That's me.
That's you.
We've said all of these things. We've said that they're not playing good. We've said that despite our bad form, we have superior players. If those football influencers and the manager don't show up tomorrow, they all have to go. Don't even get on the bus.
I'll just say one thing before I leave.
Okay, Sharif.
We will.
Shabazz, go ahead.
We will beat them 100%. But it's like we have to stop being so reactionary when it comes to sacking the manager or whatnot. What's sacking the previous 3 managers got to this manager came in when we were 7th. Where are we now? Where we are supposed to be with these many injuries. So let's just cool off. We will win tomorrow. It'll be a similar system. I would say look out for Maxi Oedeli in midfield. He is going to be like a great good player in that center defensive mid position. He has a lot of potential, and also with Ten Hag. He is the perfect manager for United because we have a history of promoting youngsters. He has done it at Ajax. He will do it. He is doing it at United, and he will do it here with the group of talented youngsters coming up. And that's all from me. You guys have a great.
Shabazz, it's a pleasure to have a balanced voice, as would say. Listen, we all have different opinions. You made some valid points. I really hope to see you back. Call 100%. In again. Shabazz, where can people find you, by the way?
Just Shabazz Kara everywhere. It's
Shabazz everywhere.
Yeah.
Shabazz, where do you live?
I live in Canada, but I am from India. I'm calling in from Vancouver.
Vancouver. Big up Vancouver in the house. Listen, fantastic debut, fantastic points, and thank you for sharing your thoughts and feelings, man. Right. What's your score prediction before you go, by the way?
I would say 3-1 United.
Oh, my God. Ruby Classic. Let's go. 3-1 United.
100%.
Big up, Shabazz.
All right.
Let's go.
See you after the win. Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Can I just say something in relation to what Shabazz just said? I hear the whole giving the manager patience, right? And I'm all for that because he has to build something. But guys, I think we need to separate the last 10 years and what's happening in the present. We can't. Ten Hag and these players are not the be-all and end-all. This is a results-based business, and if people aren't producing results at the end of the day, we have to assess them within the vacuum of their work. We can't say because we fired Oli, we fired or whoever we fired, we can't look at this manager's body of work and say, should we keep him or not? We still have to judge Ten Hag based on his body of work, and that includes last season. He had a good season last season. He's had a bad one this season. If they keep him for next season, I'm not mad at it, because then we have another sample size to look at to see is he still the right person. But we can't keep saying he's the right person, because in our minds he might be the right person, but if he's not delivering on the pitch, it is what it is. Because it has to be united first before anything else. We need to protect ourselves and our club ahead of anybody else, and that includes players and manager. That's why I'm saying, guys, we can't tomorrow and accept losing to a team that we just said tonight is bad. Because what does that say about us as a team? We can't allow the standards to be in hell at the end of the day.
Yeah. All right. Big up. Stay there. I'm going to take care of some errands. Jarvis is taking over being, 10 Mick is out from here for now. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to make myself a drink. It's bloody hot in here. And still, Jared is in the background. Belfast Man United trying to get in for his debut. Listen, guys, I'm going to remove myself for a couple of seconds. I'll be back. Jarvis, take over. Take over the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah, cool. Before we bring in the next caller, I just want Noah to have his last say before we leave, because there's so many people waiting, so we just have to move on the show. Hold on, Belfast. Noah, so what's your thought on the game tomorrow? Do you think we can win it, or is there any chance for us to slip up now in the semi-final?
Listen, in my opinion, it's like I just said, but if we don't beat against Coventry City, no matter whether if it's the next game on Wednesday against Sheffield United, for me, I don't know who am I going to trust. This manager who doesn't trust the team or doesn't trust the medical staff. What's the point? Every time we get sacked the manager, this is the main reason that I don't support it. For example, next season, if we bring Zidane or even Roberto Di Bresci or any other manager, do you think I would trust the process? Tell me.
No, I don't think so.
But listen, against Sheffield United next week, it's my birthday. But if they ruin this, I'm done. It's done. Okay, that's like I said. But I will if I was Ten Hag, I would get rid of some of the players who are not even good enough for this team, like Bruno Fernandes, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, and so many players, even Anthony Martial. We need to change those certain players, no matter what if it takes, so you can start from a new
fresh beginning.
Fresh beginning. Yes, we need a heart surgery. That's like Ralf Rangnick just said. Okay, we just need it. I hope we just need to win against Coventry City, because if he doesn't, then you gotta sack him. Whether if we win or not, it doesn't matter where you're facing against Manchester City on FA Cup final. If we lose this again, that'll be a twice. Okay, this is going to be a second time on a Manchester derby final. So that's all I can say, Jarvis. But anyway, you guys, big up to you, Mark. But I know you guys will have your own opinion. Big up. But anyway,
thanks for calling in, Noah. Thanks. Big up.
We'll talk soon. Bye.
Yeah, and then we were four. We have still some people waiting in the back room, but I don't know, Fields or Vegeta, who haven't spoken.
Well, I've got to jump off in a minute, so I'll quickly just say I agree with what the chaps just said in terms of the players. I spoke to Mark and Mick about this on the last stream. When we talk about certain players that need to leave the club, there's a list of 8 and 12 going round, and 8 of them haven't played at all this season, really, or they're out on loan elsewhere. So it doesn't really change the dressing room. It doesn't change the team. And then we talk about players like McTominay and Maguire. If 60% of this squad had Maguire's mentality to deal with what he's dealt with and come back, we would be a little bit higher up the table. So it'd be interesting. This is why I say when we talk about actually getting rid of players that would make a difference, you start to look at your Luke Shaws, your Bruno Fernandes, your Marcus Rashford, and it's actually a horrible thing to look at and even think about, because you want the best players at the team, but sometimes the best players aren't the best for the team, if that makes sense. So we lose a little bit. For me, I would prefer to back Ten Hag, because we made a mistake getting rid of Solskjaer all them years ago. So I'm at the point where I'll back any manager now over 90% of this squad. And if that means giving him what he wants to change and be better next season, so be it. My only worry is he's falling on the same sword of which Solskjaer fell on. Some of these players aren't doing the job for him. but he keeps picking them. And if it means dropping them for an 18-year-old, just do it. I'll respect him more for doing that than the inconsistent appearances and matches keep happening, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's why I think. I agree, though. It's must win tomorrow for him going forward. We've got to make the FA Cup final minimum, and then we'll see what happens in the summer. Hopefully, the off-the-field stuff sorted out enough that Man United can have a proper summer, sign players early, proper pre-season, sort out all these injuries. But it'll be an interesting one anyway. But I'm going to say 2-1 tomorrow. I think it's going to be a bit of a squeaky bum game, but I think we're going to win 2-1. And I'm going to back Marcus Rashford to come good and Højlund to come good. So fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm going to drop out and I'll leave you guys to it.
Before you go, Fields, like I wanted to promote your channel as well, All for United. Please, where can people find you? Thanks for coming in and providing your balanced approach, and thanks for making your first appearance as well.
Yeah, not a problem. So it's All for United on X or wherever, and then I've got my own one, which is the Foul Throw podcast. So that's what you would have seen in the comment section. And we're just it's similar to you guys, really balanced opinion. We do shows pretty much every week, twice a week, previews, reviews. It's one of the best communities I've found in terms of Man United. And you can have a disagreement on there, but it's always done respectfully. You listen to everybody's opinion. It's just a great community. And George Best 107 constantly drops in. So does Jarvis. So do many of the other people that I can see in the chat as well. So we always appreciate it. But yeah, absolutely brilliant challenge. And it's been really good to watch you guys for the last few weeks, to be honest. Something different.
Brilliant. Thank you.
You know, I wanted to ask this mad question to everybody on the panel, right? But Papi coming in, and I want to ask him that as well. So,
power coming in.
Right. So, and Mish, when you come back on, you could answer this as well. You know, if we get 55 million for Marcus Rashford this summer, would you take it?
Me?
If it was a Ten Hag, if it was the Manchester, if you get an offer 55 million for Marcus Rashford, his salary is not a problem for the club that taking him everything Gucci. Just 55 million, cool hard pounds.
I'd want closer to 70, but I do see that there's a benefit in moving him on to reset the wage structure and stuff like that, which United need to do. The fact that he's on such a massive contract already is half the problem, and it's the same in the background when you've got Casemiro on the money, Varane on the money. We've turned into a club that we despised 2 decades ago in terms of paying massive wages, paying massive transfer fees. And some of these players are coming here to retire on big wages, which is not really what we want anymore. We need to shift back focus to the youth and build from there. But I feel Rashford's harshly done to sometimes, but at the same time, he doesn't help himself, does he? And he hasn't helped himself much this season with his antics a little bit. So, yeah, I wouldn't say no to a decent bid, but I do think we need to get greedy a little bit. We could get 70 for him if we pushed
50 million. That's a lot of money. Come on, now
it's
take it a run.
It's a lot of money, but
I was snatching his hand off, to be honest.
If it's
I'll take it a
PSG,
run.
I reckon we could milk them for 15 more, maybe a Ballon d'Or clause, just in case.
Ballon d'Or
I don't think they would even think of a Ballon d'Or clause with his form over the last couple of seasons. Maybe last season alone, but over 8 seasons, that's not enough of a sample size to include a Ballon d'Or clause.
Yeah, big up Fields. I sing this tune that get rid of those players that needs to go, that's overstayed, and before the sack the manager, right? 1 year left on his contract. There's no better manager out there. We've been linked to Zidane lately as well. So yeah, we're going to talk about that next. Big up Fields. Listen, score prediction before you go.
I've gone for 2-1. Squeaky bum 2-1.
Squeaky bum. Guys, brilliant. Go check All for United. Big up Fields as well. Thank you for coming in and having your say. Mental United boys. Come on, United. Fields, have a fantastic, lovely rest of your
Big up, bro.
Big up, bro. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button if you're new. New or old, but if you're new, subscribe and hit that notification button and make it personalized to always accept notifications so you don't miss when we go live. Anyway, we have Mitch here still. We have Jarvis dropped out, and we have the final energy of the show. Where did he disappear? He was the final crescendo. Papi, come back here.
Big up Vegeta. I know you said you wanted to say something before you go, so maybe you could, give your bit and I'll also answer that question on Marcus Rashford.
The Marcus Rashford, and I'll start there. So I would take 55, maybe plus 5 millions in add-on. Just to, I don't know, man. I don't like that 55 million thing, but I do want to sell Rashi, so I'll take the 55 million if they just add-ons, just meet us halfway, 5 million off add-ons, then I'll take it. Maybe throw in a little bit of Luke Shaw because they are a package deal. He needs his buddy to play.
A little bit of a Luke Shaw. You're cooking. Are you cooking a 5-course meal there? Like, what's the dessert here? What's the caveat?
Man, I don't know, man. He seems to need Luke Shaw to play on the overlap. Otherwise, he looks lost. So, just offer them Luke Shaw as well. And then I'd like to say that, with the way the club has been moving with the restructuring, I think they're so concerned with what's at the top that Ten Hag might be at the bottom. And I think that's okay. Like I said, I would love to back this manager because I'm tired of these players. He hasn't got a chance to get rid of most of them anyway. The guys he got rid of was easy. It was people who either contracts were up or they were misbehaving. So it was easy to get rid of them. So from that perspective, I'm happy with Ten Hag, but he has to win tomorrow. And I think we will win tomorrow, but Lord have mercy on him if he loses.
Big up. I just wanted to say good night to you, Vicky, as well. Good to see you, Vix.
Night, Vicky.
Looking out. And good night, Vicky. I send you the link, Vicky, if you want to come in and have your say. Fair enough. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, Vix. Listen, Vegeta, guys, everyone, amazing stream today, amazing community. This is what it's all about, coming together, have different opinions. Jarvis is still there in the background, smiling. I can see he just had his pepperoni pizza, I guess, as well. But, Mitch, what's your final say as well? Like, what's your score prediction as well?
Just to answer Mark's question first, would I take 55 million for Marcus Rashford? Personally, for me, I feel like that bid is too low. It's really low because we have to remember that Marcus Rashford is not just a player, right? He's a brand. Like, he's expensive in so many ways. He has so many following on social media platforms and all that. So we have to take all that into consideration. Personally, I wouldn't sell Marcus Rashford for anything below 75 mil. Give me 75 mil right now and he's all yours. I'll snap your hand off for 75 mil.
Yeah. Listen, throw in a Big Mac there as well and a little bit of a Happy Meal while you're at it, right, as a bonus, will you? Anyway, big up, guys. Still waiting for Power Hour. He was here, disappeared for final energy. Say he's typing to me on WhatsApp. I don't know what he's typing. But, guys, I think tomorrow, end of the day, we are Manchester United. We are, if you put in our squad, the value of our squad, it's over 700 million probably on that squad, and you look at the worth of their squad, which is probably not more than 100,000 pounds, to be honest. It would be embarrassing if we fell off the cliff tomorrow, right? So
100%.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of those things, man, because the way I look at it is I'm a Manchester United fan. I have favorite players in the team, sure I do. I show players that I don't like, but at the same time, I'm gonna back them because they wear this badge right here. So I'm gonna back them. But in reality, I back the club 100% because for me, contrary to what Mitch thinks, I'm I don't care if he's a brand. I don't care if he has a following. I don't care because you know what? That doesn't win us games on the pitch. And as long as it doesn't win us games on the pitch, I don't care about it. You know what I mean? We could be what? So as long as you're not performing on the field, giving 110% every week in, week out, you know what I mean? Then I'm not here for that because that's not benefiting Manchester United.
But he still has a value, though. He still has
but
a value.
That value is not in the dollars that make sense for me. The value for me in a footballer is what he does on the football field for my club. His value in terms of how many people following, that's not my problem. Because that does not make us win games.
But it doesn't work like that in the transfer market, though, Mark. They look at the business value. They don't look at the...
You see, but I'm not saying that it works like that in general. I'm just saying to you that more or less, I would base the value of a player on their performance, not what they bring with terms of following and brand.
Yeah. True. At the end of the day, I would love to see certain players out before the manager if you're going to do a proper restructure. Manlu Tata is asking, ask Mick and Mark, they blame Erik ten Hag if they go out tomorrow? No. I think the shift would be on the players, to be honest. Depends on how it pans out, right? You know, you can only do certain things. You can plan, you can prep, you can set the strategies, you can give them instructions. But if they down tool or they, for some reason, play like shit, then my energy will go on the players in overall general. But I would be positive. I believe we can win. They have Ellis Sims, 100% is the danger man up front. They will probably play 4 in the back because that's what they do. I've been studying Coventry a little bit. So they will probably play a low block, right? And they have pacey wingers, fullbacks. So we've got to be aware of that. They will try to hit us on the counter, which then comes to that. I don't know if we should play Casemiro in the back with Maguire. Like, it's too slow, right? And if you're going to build up from the back, that's going to be non-existent, right?
I mean,
so I actually wouldn't mind that back 3 idea, like play Casemiro, Maguire, McTominay in defense. Like,
McTominay in defense. Who's playing left back?
Well, that is increasing in the poll, guys. The poll is still going to 62 votes left, guys. 62 votes. Yeah, sorry, guys. One last chance before we close the vote at the moment. You have a couple more minutes, right? Here, Casemiro is picking up 39, play 3 in the back, 34, and Habibi Ogoyane on 27%. Get your votes in, please. And there's over 300 people watching on all platforms. If you're on Twitch, not Twitch, but X, give us a little bit of a retweet. If you are here, give us a little bit like. I think we're going to wrap up the very, very much show. Debut of Harry Amas is waiting 100%. We can see the legend here as well. Lots of balls in our box. I mean, we're talking about conceding a lot of shots tomorrow. Do you think we're going to concede a lot of shots tomorrow? Like, we're not talking about Belfast shots.
Not really, because I mean, if you look at Coventry's performance in their run of games, they don't really shoot that much. Most of their things their goals and stuff, they come from corners and set pieces. So I'm hoping to avoid giving them a lot of set pieces tomorrow. So whatever comes at the keeper, we need to defend well. The keeper needs to hold on to the ball. We need to play our game, because they're gonna come out at us in the first 10-15 minutes, guns blazing, 100 miles an hour. We need to do what we can do. And
Jarvis, you still there?
I feel like they're actually gonna focus more on defending us. So they're gonna put on a low block, and they're gonna take their chances with set pieces and free kicks and all that. So I don't think they'll have a lot of shots.
All right, Jarvis,
we just
if have
to make
there.
sure that we defend against those free kicks, those corners.
Jarvis, come in if you're still there in the background. You are the specialist of unlocking low blocks and mid blocks. Jarvis, are you there?
Yeah,
he's there.
Yeah.
Hey, Jarvis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
So Coventry, okay. Ellis Sims in front. We know they're going to play a 4 in the back. What do you know about Coventry? Is it typical like Bournemouth, or is it even worse?
I got to be honest, I haven't studied them at all. So because I think we are a better team, we shouldn't. We should just focus on playing our own game. We are a much better team than them. But I'm very interested about how Ten Hag is going to set this up. We only have one centre back. That will be an issue. We can use Casemiro as a centre back. I heard rumors. That's probably the only option besides McTominay. I believe he plays centre back for Scotland sometimes. At least they have some experience. But I think we need to figure that one out. Going forward, for us, I would like to see Bruno higher up the pitch. I would like to see him as a second striker in a way, playing beside Højlund. I think Højlund has a chance to, for once, bully the centre backs, because he's strong, and playing against a lower league centre back should be doable for him. Tomorrow, I would like Anthony to start. I think Anthony has improved his game immensely the last 5-6 games, and I would like to see him get a real chance. And I like us to play more on the right and try to involve Anthony more into the game, not just playing Rashford on the left. I don't know what will happen with Rashford. Is he going to start or not? But the good thing with Rashford is he's a big game player, and it's a semi-final in the cup. So maybe it's time for Rashford to shine. Maybe it will be his one of his last goodbye for Man United, bringing us to the final. That would be okay. I would appreciate that.
Yeah, totally agree with you. I mean, I just say win at all costs, because I want us to be in the final. I want to have revenge against City, by the way. So, and City got lucky today, 100%. Chelsea was the better team, but still, like, created more chances, more opportunities, but they just couldn't finish the dinner. They are on a generational build up, right? They have youngsters, but I would say watch out for City, like, in the next year or two, right? So, I mean, you can see what they're clearly trying to do. Unfortunately, we got City. Jarvis, if we go through, are you excited to play City in the final?
Well, we're not in the final yet, but
but just say
if I don't want to jinx it, but if we meet City, if we go to the final, we will meet City, and I think that will be a tremendous task for us. Hopefully, we have learned since last time, and we can do something different. I liked what I saw last time we played City. We played with Bruno in the false nine. We dropped down. We had the box midfield. From a tactical point of view, a box midfield is fantastic because you have two forwards and they will block the two center backs from playing out to the midfield. So you shadow block the passing lane, and you're always a unit of four. So you're compact all the time, so we can work together. So it makes a much more solid team in a way. So maybe Ten Hag can cook something up and do something similar in the final, and will give us a chance to win.
Yeah, in a way, you got a point, because it's not. I'm not worried about City. I'm not worried about Liverpool, because we always seem to kind of rock up for these big events, right? It's the lesser teams that I'm worried about, like Coventry or the Bournemouths and the Fulhams and stuff like that, because it's all about complacency, mental complacency. They can totally like jinx it in their mind, thinking, "Oh, we are Manchester United. We are the best. We're in the Premier League." But tomorrow, I just want to see like a rock up, play with swagger, and just go for the kill. If you go 2-0, 3-0 up, then you can do some substitutions in the second half, introduce more like, put in like, Ethan Wheatley on, or, the youngsters just on the bench, right? Because that's what we want to see. We want to see some excitement, because there's 6-7 games left of the Premier League. We can't reach Champions League, but we can reach Europa League by winning FA Cup, at least the final. But I don't want to be in Conference League. So what do you have to lose? Just show us the future, the glimpse of the future. Do you agree, Jarvis?
Yeah, you're spot on. But playing Europa League, Conference League, I don't know. Are we really excited by Europa League? It will only be for the money, and
for the money.
If I knew that we will qualify and play the youth, the under 18s or the fringe players in Europa League, I would say, okay, let's just give it a go. But I know what will happen next season. We will play every Thursday and Sunday, week in, week out, and the players will be knackered and burned out, and the result is be trying to overreach. So in a way, I think it's better for us at the current state not to play any Europa League or Conference League.
But
or
if we play Conference League and Europa League, would you then just put the B team or the under 18s or whatever? Yeah,
100%. 100%, because we can't keep running our players to the ground. We have to learn sometime. And last season showed us, and now we seen the result after last season. Yeah, the World Cup and the Europa League. Ten Hag overreached. He went for the League Cup, FA Cup, Europa League, and the league, and we had the World Cup. So every player, Bruno had over 7,000 minutes in one season, and De Gea and Rashford was almost up to 7,000. So that's not good.
Red line.
Guys, do you think we can actually win this FA Cup? Because I personally feel, if say we get to the finals, I personally feel that Man City have 95% of winning that game. That's just me. Like,
well, we'll take it game by game, and win, lose, draw.
I feel like whatever happens, the fan base just has to give Eric Ten Hag another year. Because
we'll see. We see what happens. It's not
Whether
for
we
us to
lose or
decide
win
that.
that final, personally, I will give Ten Hag another year because he deserves it, in my opinion.
Okay.
Big up there. I agree.
Big up.
But if whether we don't lose, we still would get Europa League anyway, because the runner-up is the first option to receive Europa League. The reason why we didn't get it last season because we qualified for Champions League. So.
All right. Anyway, we got to close up the shop. I was waiting for Papi. Gonna go on United Real Therapy with Nuruddin as well. So he's going live at the moment. 20 minutes overdue. I just want to thank each and everyone personally. Jarvis just disappeared. You can find me and Jarvis going on Nuruddin's channel. I'm running a little bit late, so I'm going to close the shop. I want to thank each and everyone for coming in, each guest for calling in, having the courage. Noah, we had so many fantastic guests, including my score prediction tomorrow will be a... Damn, I don't want to jinx it. 3-0. Okay, I go with 3-0. Damn, I said it. Anyway, beautiful people, thank you for tuning in. We shall see you tomorrow. And Mitch, good to see you as well, my friend, as per usual.
Big up yourself, man. Great show.
Yeah. Oh, actually, before we go, we have the power.
I came in to give him the correct score prediction. Guys, tomorrow we're winning 3-1. You heard it here first. We're winning 3-1 versus Coventry. I mean, I know that they have the top goal scorer for the FA Cup is playing for Coventry, Ellie Sims, and he's gonna get his goal. But Bruno, Rasmus, Garnacho will find the back of the net.
Papi, was that your prediction yesterday? Was that your same prediction, 3-1?
That was my prediction yesterday. I'm consistent with it. I dreamt it. I know it. I feel it. We're going to win, guys. Let's be positive. I know we're in an injury crisis, but, we're going to do it. This is the time when players have to show their versatility. They have to step up. They have to be soldiers on the front line. If you're asked to pick up a gun that you don't normally use, you have to use it. We are at war. FA Cup war is on. That's what I'm feeling, guys. You heard it here.
You heard it from Papi. He had the final crescendo. We're waiting for that energy, but it's like that wet song. I think it's Pretty Lady, or is that a Julia Roberts movie? Pretty in Pink. No, what's it called? Pretty Lady or something? Red. I feel it in my fingers.
Pretty Woman.
I feel it in
Pretty
my
Woman.
soul. Pretty Woman. Yeah.
Pretty Woman. Yeah. It's the name of the movie. Guaranteed.
Yep. FA Cup is around us. Okay, guys. Thank you. We got to wrap up the show. Thank you for Power Hour. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the moderators. Thank you for the beautiful community. And thank you for providing your voice. Mental United. We got to stick together. Win, lose, draw. We're always here for you. See you guys tomorrow. Poppy's doing the watch along, I guess, as well, right, Pops?
Of course.
I'm always there for the Man United watch along. You know how it is, All
right.
Always. I'll see you guys there.
I see you guys later.
Everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Tuning in. See you tomorrow, guys. We'll be there. Watch along and the post-match reaction show and vote for the man of the match. Thank you, beautiful people. Stay united. Stay strong. And whatever you do tonight, relax, because tomorrow is war. We can do this. Glory, Manchester United. And remember, Glazers out. Right? See us. Time to close the shop. Bye for now.
That way, Glazers.
That's the exit. Okay, bye.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.